It's like when you meet some kid who's like, oh, I've got like net worth $5 million and I'm 25 and I can coach you on like finance. Like, oh, wow, how'd you make your money? And it's like, I bought Bitcoin and forgot about it. And like, bro, you got lucky.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Really glad you're for this one. So today we're watching a conversation between Destiny and Myron Gaines where they absolutely tear into Elon Musk and the entire Silicon Valley billionaire class. They're talking about everything from his gaming scandals to whether he actually understands the technology behind his own companies, and honestly, it gets pretty intense. They're not holding back at all, and by the end of this, you're going to see these tech icons in a completely different light. Make sure you stick around because the final part, where they expose what happened when Elon got challenged by an actual software developer, is absolutely wild. And real quick, drop a comment letting me know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing how global this community is getting, so don't be shy. All right, let's get right into it.
I don't know where the fuck that shit came from, but I think that a little bit of Elon in his ear or whatever.
And like being really obsessed with the South Africa shit for like 1 week because Elon was probably talking to him about the white genocide stuff. And
yeah, well, he needed to pivot after the H-1B visa debacle.
Sure.
He needed to pivot after that. What's your thoughts on Elon?
I think he's one of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if the ketamine like drilled a hole in his prefrontal cortex and he's like a 85 IQ and dropping every day. But
I hate to say that I agree with you on that.
Really? Yeah, it's interesting. Like, if you look at older videos of his,
Elon pissed me off, bro. Like big time. Like fucking. Go ahead. I'll give my grievances after.
No, like if you look at older videos of his, it seems like he's like he doesn't talk as like eloquently, but I don't know how to explain this to people. There's a way when somebody's speaking, even if they're like a little autistic, like they're searching for words because they understand the concepts and what they're talking about. And now Elon is just like, it sounds like a meme, but it says something. If I were to lie to you, okay, about my gym numbers, okay, if I were to my gym numbers, if I were to tell you, like, listen,
you go to the gym though?
Sometimes. If I were to tell you like 3 months ago, okay, you know, I could put up like for 1 rep 225, okay.
Yeah.
It's.
I'd be like, no way.
Maybe, but like it's
picture it didn't happen.
Sure, but if I were to tell you I was doing 405,
yeah,
not like it doesn't just say that I'm lying. It says I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
When Elon Musk paid somebody to boost his Path of Exile account, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But when he
that's what him and Osman were fighting about, right?
Asmongold, yeah.
It was him and Osman
fighting. When he streamed it, and then he started talking through his gear, and it's like, not only are you fucking, like, sure, you paid somebody to boost it, whatever, but you think that you can lie about that in front of a bunch of fucking nerd gamers who are grinding 18 hours a day on this? Like, it says something about your mind to be that fucking arrogant and stupid. And well, and like this America First Party, I don't think Elon realizes, all of his political clout was on loan from Trump.
Yes.
Without Trump, this America First Party is literally going nowhere.
It's cooked. And that's why he's trying to siphon off. I don't know if you noticed with Thomas Massey, because Thomas Massey has like a very...
was it on the Iran stuff that he was mad at Trump on?
No, the big beautiful bill.
Oh, it was okay.
And I was explaining to you, like, I see why he's mad, because literally Tesla stock dumped. You know, most people that drive EV cars are Democrats and progressives. You know, conservatives, most of us think like, you know, EV, what the fuck, like environment.
Regardless of size, most business leaders, like, getting into politics is just not good for business.
It's not.
It's not, no matter what. Yeah,
it's terrible. So like he lost billions of dollars in net worth to support hundreds. Yeah, like literally to support Trump. And then he passes this bill. He's like, dude, what the fuck? I put all this work in, and you're just like undoing it with this bill. So obviously I can see why he's mad. But yes, I see your position where
this is exactly what needs to be said more often. Destiny comes out swinging and says Elon is one of the dumbest people he's ever seen in his entire life. And honestly, that's not even an exaggeration at this point. He brings up the ketamine use drilling a hole in his prefrontal cortex. And while that sounds extreme, have you watched Elon lately? The guy who used to at least sound somewhat intelligent now rambles like someone who's permanently online and never sleeps. There's a difference between someone who's searching for words because they understand complex concepts and someone who just sounds like they're regurgitating talking points they saw on Twitter 5 minutes ago. Elon has become the latter. And then Destiny brings up the Path of Exile scandal, which is perfect because it shows you everything about how Elon's brain works. He paid someone to boost his gaming account, got caught, and then tried to lie about it to a community of hardcore gamers who play 18 hours a day. These are people who know the game inside and out. The arrogance it takes to think you can fool them, that tells you he genuinely believes he's smarter than everyone else in every room, even when he's provably wrong. It's not just that he lied, it's that he thought he could get away with something so obviously false. That's a type of delusion that only comes from never being told no. But here's the most important part. Destiny nails it when he says all of Elon's political power was on loan from the previous administration. Without that backing, the America First Party is cooked. It's going nowhere, and you're already seeing it fall apart. Elon tried to build this movement thinking he was the draw, but conservatives don't actually like him. They tolerated him because of his association with power. The second that dynamic shifted, the cracks started showing immediately. Myron even admits that Tesla stock tanked because most people who drive electric vehicles are Democrats and progressives. So Elon torpedoed his own business to chase political clout, lost billions in net worth, and what did he get for it? Nothing. No real influence. No loyalty. Just a bunch of people who are already moving on to the next shiny object. The guy sacrificed his actual empire for temporary relevance. And that's what happens when your ego writes checks your brain can't cash.
Dude, when you have money like him and whatever he has to fuck you money, like no one ever tells him no. So like you were saying, like the degree of mindset you have to like lie about something so fucking trivial says that you literally probably think you're a god and you're a weirdo. But dude, that's all these idiots. Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, whatever. Anytime I hear these tech guys talk, they're fucking weirdos. They speak in a strange manner. Nothing makes sense. They don't say anything.
Something from that soccer world was weird.
Dude, they're retarded.
I didn't know if like I was either getting like arrogant or
Have you ever listened to Alex Karp talk?
I don't think I've listened to him talk, but I've listened to a lot of the crypto guys talk.
Painful, dude.
But I
He
listened
doesn't
to like
say anything.
Okay, I listened to 10 minutes of Bezos on Lex because I'm like, are all these guys fucking retarded? Bezos knows his shit. That sounds like a guy who like did shit in his life. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
This guy seems like he understands something. Listening to all of the who's the one guy? He looks like fucking Notch, the Minecraft maker.
Peter Thiel, retard.
There's another Mark
Karp,
Andreessen or whatever. Yeah, these guys are all like, and like they talk like they think that, yeah. It's like when you meet some kid who's like, oh, I've got like net worth $5 million and I'm 25 and I can coach you on like finance. Like, oh, wow, how'd you make your money? And it's like, I bought Bitcoin and forgot about it. And
Yeah.
like, bro, you got lucky.
Yeah.
Cash that shit out, shut the fuck up and go be happy that you got lucky as fuck because you don't know anything about what you're talking about. And like, yeah, the whole tech world feels like that sometimes.
Yeah, and it's even worse because they can't even talk properly to like make you think that they're intelligent. They're retarded. It's a bunch of word salad. So
yeah. They don't have any of the charisma either, which is a thing they're not realizing. Again, Elon Musk is a weirdo. Like that's a guy that conservatives will not like without Trump.
Did you see him at the event where he pulled out the chainsaw? I said, the chainsaw's a bureaucracy. And I was like, this guy's so fucking
Was that the same one where he had the sunglasses on?
Yes.
He was high as fuck for that.
Dude, yeah. Dude, like, and he couldn't get, people don't, like, you probably know this, he couldn't get a clearance for a long time. Like, you couldn't get a clearance because he does drugs.
Kind of right?
I feel like the cringiest thing I ever had somebody point out to me, you know that jump he used to do all the time, right? When he would jump on stage?
Oh, yeah, and his belly hangs out and shit.
Do you know why he does that fucking jump?
Why?
He's making a fucking X.
Oh my god!
And if you go and look at picture after picture, I'm like, oh my god.
How do you know that?
Somebody emailed me like, bro, look at like there's like 10 pictures. He's trying to make the X when he jumps, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's why he looks so fucking goofy. But his kid, that one with the weird name, he calls him X. That was the first letter. He bought that X domain in like '97, and he renamed Twitter X and SpaceX, and he's like a retard. He's like an actual retard.
Yeah, just one of these like people that like thinks they're God, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Myron goes after the entire tech billionaire class here, and he's absolutely right. Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, all these guys, they speak in this bizarre word salad that sounds profound but means nothing. They talk like they're revealing some secret knowledge, but when you actually listen, there's no substance. It's all vibes and cryptic nonsense designed to make you think they're geniuses without them actually having to prove it. Destiny's comparison here is brutal and spot on. He says it's like meeting some 25-year-old who claims to have $5 million and wants to coach you on finance. And when you ask how they made their money, they say, I bought Bitcoin and forgot about it. That's not skill. That's not intelligence. That's luck. And the problem is, these people genuinely believe their luck was genius. They think because they got rich, that means they understand economics, politics, technology, everything. But luck doesn't make you an expert. Cashing out and staying. Quiet would be the smart move, but instead they go on podcasts and pretend they've unlocked the secrets of the universe. The tech world has this massive problem where being wealthy is treated as proof of intelligence, even when the wealth came from being in the right place at the right time. These aren't the people who built the internet or invented the technology. They're the people who happened to have money when the technology took off. There's a huge difference, and we need to stop pretending there isn't. And Destiny circles back to Elon being a weirdo that conservatives won't like without the previous political backing. That's key, because Elon keeps doing these cringe stunts like jumping on stage making an X with his body, wearing sunglasses while clearly high, pulling out chainsaws at events. That's not someone with charisma. That's someone desperately trying to manufacture a personality because they know deep down they don't have one. Conservatives respect strength and authenticity. Elon has neither. He's performing constantly, and everyone can tell. The moment the political protection is gone, they're going to turn on him completely, and he won't understand why because he genuinely thinks he's the main character.
I'm talking to Joe Rogan on More Gamer Shit. He's like, yeah, pro gamers should, like everybody that does surgery should learn how to play pro games because he said they have a 20 millisecond reaction time. And it's like reaction time for humans is like, I think 120 is the theoretical max because that's how long it takes for the ion channels to like 10, 20 milliseconds. Like to even say that you've never played a game in your life because it's impossible to react to anything. Like,
yeah.
He's just so.
He'll talk about things that he doesn't know about in an authoritative manner, and then anyone that actually knows what the fuck they're talking about, like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But it's so nuanced that only a small group of people will know about it to call him out on it. And then if you do call him out on it, you're like, oh, shut the fuck up.
But then
like,
that was the issue because he jumped into so many different topics. When he was talking about Twitter, he's like, yeah, some actual software dev hopped on and he was like, we need to redo the whole Twitter stack. And the guy's like, what do you mean when you say that? He's like, well, we need to redo all of it. And the guy's like, what part of it don't you like? And he's like, well, you know, the whole thing. And he's like, walk me through it top to bottom, Elon. And he's like, get this asshole out of the call. You have no clue what he's talking about.
I don't know why he keeps like having him on. Like he's just fucking but yeah, he's a fraud, dude. Like Greg Reese like did a whole thing on him, like exposing like everything that he did is like other people did the work and just comes in and takes credit for it.
Have you seen the videos of some people in like these self-driving cars where they like stop in the middle of the intersection? It's like, oh, I guess we have to get out now because they I think it was in Austin. They started trying the Tesla self-driving.
Oh yes,
taxi.
yeah. That's fucking retarded, man. Yeah, everything is cooked. But
Joe Rogan claimed pro gamers have a 20 millisecond reaction time, and Destiny immediately calls it out as physically impossible. Human reaction time has a floor because of how long it takes for ion channels in your neurons to fire. 20 milliseconds isn't just wrong, it's so wrong that anyone who's ever played a competitive game knows it's nonsense. But here's the thing. Joe says it with total confidence because he's never actually researched it. He just heard it somewhere, thought it sounded cool, and repeated it as fact. And because his audience trusts him, they believe it. That's how misinformation spreads, not through malice, but through confident ignorance. But the real moment is when Destiny describes what happened when a software developer challenged Elon about Twitter's code. The dev asks, what needs to be redone? Elon says, all of it. The dev presses, what part specifically? Elon says, the whole thing. The dev says, walk me through it, top to bottom. And Elon's response, get this person out of the call. That tells you everything. He doesn't know. He has no idea what he's talking about. He just wanted to sound like he understood the platform, and the second someone with actual expertise asked him to explain, he panicked and kicked them out instead of admitting he doesn't know. This is a pattern with people who've never been held accountable. They get so used to people nodding along that when someone finally says prove it, they can't handle it. And Myron's right when he says Elon is a fraud who takes credit for other people's work. Look at Tesla. Look at SpaceX. Elon didn't invent electric cars. He didn't invent rockets. He bought companies, hired brilliant engineers, and then marketed himself as the genius behind it all. That's not innovation. That's branding. And the Tesla self-driving cars stopping in the middle of intersections, that's the perfect ending because it's real-world consequences. People are stuck in traffic because the technology doesn't work. But Elon keeps promising full self-driving is just around the corner, year after year, because admitting failure would hurt his image. So instead, customers are beta testing broken software on public roads while he collects their money and pretends everything's fine. That's not visionary. That's reckless. And eventually, reality catches up. Everything is cooked. So what do you guys think of this? Leave your thoughts down in the comments, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.